So sorry for the delay, but indeed, thank you very much for staying with us. So let's look this time at, APC, first of all, launches campaign for chairmanship, councillorship, and councillorship seats. We're talking here about Taraba. Now, Governor Kefas has made the announcement that he has no intention whatsoever of replacing his deputy. Now, his deputy has been away for, close on 8 months now. And there are those who are saying that, look, why won't you just replace this gentleman so that he can continue with his treatment and we can all move ahead? Well, Mr. Kefas, he has actually cautioned politicians against playing politics with the health status of his deputy, who he believes is responding well to treatment. Okay, let's talk here with Mr. Ibrahim El-Sudi Tukur, APC chairman in Taraba, and see what he thinks about this whole matter. Alhaji Ibrahim.
Hello?
Aha, good morning to you. Can you hear us? Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Well, I can hear you saying hello. Can you hear me saying hello back? Hello.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, all right. This is Ibrahim El-Sudi Tukur, APC chair in Taraba.
APC chairman, Taraba State.
Yes. Now, your Governor Kefas has, made it quite clear that he has no intention of replacing his deputy, even though he's, he's been receiving treatment, and it's been going on for something like 8 months now. So what is it that, tell me what you think about this situation. He has said there are moral grounds and that he has actually warned politicians not to make it an issue. So tell me what you think about this situation in Taraba Governance.
Well, my position is legal. There is no issue of legal suasion as regards to governance. Governance can be juxtaposed with morality. But the issue is that the Constitution has provided after 3 months, you are unable to show up as a deputy governor or as a governor, certain steps should be taken by the House of Assembly in order to rectify that anomaly. And you can be declared either unfit to govern, or a medical team should make that declaration, and there should be a change of button. So for you to leave somebody on legal, on moral ground is a disservice to the provisions of the Constitution. That's my position as far as I'm concerned, and that is the position of APC. If you will see our write-up yesterday, our publicity secretary in the person of Aaron Atimas made it very clear that it is a disservice to the people of Taraba for you to allow a sick deputy governor to continue lingering, and there is nobody to perform his functions and duties. And for you as the governor, you do not even stay in the state. He has never spent 1 week in the state. So we don't know.
You're talking about the governor himself?
Even the governor himself, he doesn't stay for 1 week in the state. So who is governing Taraba State? Taraba deserves much more than how it is being treated. Tarabans need governance. They need person who will concern himself on governing them properly and bringing meaningful projects, not projects of enjoyment.
Of course, governance is a very serious matter. Well, what does the lead? What's the opinion of the Attorney General of the state, being a very senior law officer? Because the governor has said that he's going to stand by his man.
Well, the Attorney General needs to do something. He's a very respectful person. He is not an establishment person, but a private legal practitioner who rose to become a senior advocate of Nigeria. Unexpectedly, we expect that he should advise the governor properly and accordingly, so that the needful should be done, so that Tarabans will enjoy the benefit of the governance that we are supposed to get in Taraba State. So the Attorney General has a lot to do. But it is one thing for an Attorney General to advise, and it is another thing for the governor to accept. If he is recalcitrant, if he is obdurate on not making any change, there is nothing the Attorney General can do other than to resign.
Okay. Because I see that the big problem here is Governor Kefas not being on board with the idea of replacing his deputy, even though he's been ill for 8 months. The governor is basing everything he's doing on, look, he's responding, responding satisfactorily, even after 8 months to, treatment. Now, of course, even the governor was saying it's a moral issue. Oftentimes you hear people say that, look, anybody could fall sick at any time. But I don't know, in this case, whether we can leave it to go on ad infinitum, that as long as it takes. That's why there are laws, which you pointed out the other time. What is the constitutional, did you say earlier on that, 6 months? Is it supposed to be 6 months?
It's supposed to be 3 months.
3 months?
3 months, if he's not on seat. And out of their own magnanimity, they can increase some few months, maybe let's say 6 months. But constitutionally, it is 3 months. While we sympathize with I am a Muslim. I sympathize I can fall sick. Any person can fall sick. But the act of governance is not the issue of pity. It's not the issue of morality. It's the issue of constitutionality and the right thing to be done.
Mm.
So while we pray that he recuperate from his sickness, he should get well. But the House of Assembly, the governor, should do the needful by taking proper steps that have been provided for under the Constitution, so that we get a deputy governor. Since he's a walkabout governor, the deputy should be a resident person that will be attending to the administration of the state.
But the governor is not budging. I hear what you're saying. He himself has heard it, I'm sure, but he's not budging. So where does this now lead us? The governor is not budging, and nobody can do it for him.
This is leading us to a constitutional crisis. And unfortunately, the members of the House of Assembly are lame ducks. They cannot fly. They cannot do anything to the governor. And it is not restricted to Taraba State. Most House of Assemblies have been pocketed by their governors. Something should be done to amend the Constitution so that they become truly autonomous and independent.
Does what you said apply to APC governors as well?
Obviously, it applies to some of the APC governors. It's a problem of the operation of the Constitution and how governors have become so strong that they pocket members of the House of Assembly. The only people that have measure of independence is the National Assembly, because in first-line charge, although the House of Assembly have been placed in first-line charge, but this issue has been circumvented by the state governor. They have been made so powerful that there is nothing anybody can do.
Well, so I just don't know. First of all, thank you very much for bringing us up to speed on the political situation, the governance situation there. But I really don't know how to avoid a constitutional crisis, as you have said. And what's public opinion like? Yeah, you are from the opposition, so maybe it's a question that you will answer to favor.
The public opinion is not restricted to the opposition, but the entire members of Taraba State, the citizens of Taraba State, from the opposition to the ruling government and even those that do not belong to political parties, they are disgruntled, they are disenchanted, they are dissatisfied with what is happening in the state, especially as regards to the issue of the deputy governor. We wish him well. If he can recuperate and come back, that will be the happiest thing to Tarabans.
Okay.
But
Indeed.
we cannot continue to linger like that and allow governors to be in abeyance.
Yeah. Well, in such a case, I guess Mr. El-Sudi Tuko, one just takes notice then that there's a constitutional crisis brewing, and hope that it doesn't come to that. Because you also said that the governor himself is, away from the state for quite a bit. And so if everything had been the way it should be, with the deputy in place, there wouldn't have been an issue. But so we take notice that if we're not very careful, we could, have a constitutional crisis on our hands. 3 months is what is allowed. He's been going for 8 months now, even though he's not pleased with the matter. Nobody, in fact, is pleased with the matter. He simply is ill. But being ill means that he can't be at his duty post. Why Governor Kefas himself, Governor Abu Kefas himself, can't then, because of this extenuating circumstance, also be in, I don't know. But what I'm going to say to you, sir, is that we take the notice that you are serving, that we need to be very careful here, lest, there's a constitutional crisis brewing. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's where we're going to have to leave it for now. I want to thank you very much for coming on and alerting us to a potential crisis that can be averted. It should be averted. But thank you very much for coming on, Mr. Ibrahim El-Sudi Tuko, APC chairman in Taraba State.
You are most welcome, TVC.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, this is where we're going to leave it now. Do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.